is your favorite trio. We're back here again to bring you all the dish from this band community. You know, everything's been happening in the band world. So much has happened since the last time you guys saw us, like the season starting. You know, last time we were here, we were in band camp. But now we're in the season, full-fledged. We're out there. We're out there. You know what I'm saying?
Sponsored out. The capes have been steamed. It's a good time. I love this season.
Yeah.
And then there are football games too. Those are fun.
Yeah, they're football games, you know. That's where the guys throw the ball to
the H. I know.
And they attempt to get 6 points, and then they try to kick for an extra point. You know, they have the helmets on and all that stuff. We'll talk about that later off the show.
I know. The H.
The H, yes, they try to go towards the H. But yeah, that's what football is about, and we are in full swing. So we're here now. My name is Linnell Goodwin.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Samantha.
And we're your team here at Band Room Nation here for Halftime is Showtime. All right, so let's get right into it.
No, I cannot.
Yeah, you gotta be politically correct now, you know. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and stuff like that.
Or take away attention from the actual message because you were caught looking at things that stood out to you or whatever.
There we go.
Okay.
So we're going to start off our segment with high school bands. All right, we're going to progress. We're going to progress pretty quickly here because we know we want to try to shorten our episodes up to keep your attention spans, because apparently your attention span is that of a gnat. So we're going to keep it moving. High school bands. So first of all, we're going to cover just some local things that are going on, just because that's what we have access to, and then we'll give some honorable mentions and some awards out to some bands that aren't necessarily in the local area that we've just seen some clips from. But first of all, I heard MLK and Mays went at it. Was anybody go to that game?
I wasn't.
I stopped in. I
Okay.
had other things going on, but I did stop in.
Because that's your alma mater.
Mays is my alma mater.
Mays,
Yes.
go Raiders.
And we have a new band director, William Oliver, who is alumni from FAMU.
Go Oliver.
It's, musically wise, the band is awesomely sound. I'm still trying to get excited. Like, I even have people, which is odd for Mays, because first, we're not a band school, so people are not really in it for the whole alumni band, because most of the people I went to school with or marched with,
Are
they
successful.
I
didn't mean it like that. That came off really, really wrong.
Oh my god! Wait! Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. That came off really wrong.
Okay. The people that I marched with, for the most part, they went to schools not to march. So it's like a handful of us that actually marched. So the fact that some of them are actually interested in doing alumni band, it's like, oh my god. So I have to put on my super alumni hat because I'm that person. Yeah. MLK is their usual. They're large because, of course, they pull from the middle school. That middle school feeds them, literally. Only thing is they're just large and they're still kind of boring to me, so I'm really waiting for them. I mean, they sound good, but it's always the same. We're going to do something different outside of the box and do this, which is cool, but the thing is your crowd has to know what you're doing. And I always say this about all bands, you have to play to the crowd. Regardless, I understand this is our craft, but only a few of us know specific songs because we're music band heads. We know these things. We're musicians. We get those. Mays was cool. They definitely played for the crowd. Another thing, we have a new principal. Okay, so I have on my glasses. Judge me later. Rick Fowler. He's our new principal. Totally down to earth, cool guy. Really awesome guy. So we kind of have a thing where, you know, we have people that come in, they do random things to, you know, not haze, but for you to be your rite of passage to be a Raider.
Character development.
That's what we call
That's nice.
it. Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
That's nice.
Oh.
2 points for you.
Character development.
We're going to go ahead and write that down so all collegiate bands can adopt that as well. Or adopt that as well.
Character development process.
Character development process. There we go.
So
You heard it here
our
first.
lovely principal said he was going to learn one of the cadences. Mind you, he was not in the band. So for him to learn a snare part, he played it. It actually looked really well. He looked like he knew what he was doing. I'm really going to try to make it to more, not just Maze games, because I want to diversify my palette. I don't want to be so West Side.
Why not? West Side's the best side.
You know, the East Side people feel some kind of way. So I actually plan on going to a Southwest DeKalb game. I'm definitely going to a Miller Grove game. No doubt about it.
At the farm? Never mind.
Miller Grove's down on the farm.
Well, what I heard about the game, because I wasn't there, but I did hear some accounts. I heard MLK was really good. I heard they were loud in the stands, and they're really pushing some sound. One thing that I did hear, though, and this is not my account, I'm just relaying to you, the viewer, what the band community is saying, okay? So I think they were an awesome job. But they were saying that all MLK pretty much does in the stands is do the sing and dancing thing. You know, there was a lot of singing and dancing type deal.
It's a sticky thing.
Yeah, I guess stand routines and stuff like that. And I'm down with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm down with it because I came from Bethune-Cookman, which is the king of all stand routines and singing and all that. We get down with all that. So I love it for big bands to do things like that because it adds to the performance, the showmanship, and all that stuff.
And it pulls your crowd in.
It pulls your crowd in. They love that type of stuff. I actually have that motto myself. But so the band world though is saying, you know, there's just a lot of it. So I'm just putting that out there.
So was it more singing and dancing, not playing?
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. A lot of singing and dancing and not enough playing, but they said when you did play, it was a very, very good sound. So I'm guessing it's a good thing if people want to hear more of you because there are some bands out there that people would just wish would shut up. But you guys aren't one of those bands apparently. But let's move on. Let's move on. Another big topic matchup that we heard of, and you probably wouldn't even guess that this matchup would be talked about, but it was because something that happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to talk about Stevenson and Banneker. Here in Atlanta, there was I know, right?
Why are they playing each other?
Don't you do that.
Okay,
They just redrew the districts and divisions and stuff
so
like that.
So Banneker's bigger?
Anyway, so last weekend, Atlanta, like all the schools that played last Friday, the majority of them had a lightning delay at some point in time because it was like lightning all over the place, although it didn't really rain too much.
It was an actual storm?
Yeah, well, in some places...
Was there a forecast?
They delayed the game because of inclement weather.
Okay.
But the games were delayed. So at this particular game, it was at Panthersville. Both bands, you know, if you're not familiar, Panthersville is one-sided. It's a one-sided stadium. So both of the bands went up under the stands to seek shelter. While they were under the stands, a battle ensued, and there are clips coming up of this all around. Basically, Stevenson and Banneker went at it under the stands while there's this lightning storm and all this stuff going on. And they're just having a great time. The kids really enjoyed themselves. The only clips I've seen thus far are of Stevenson. I haven't seen any of Banneker. But from my experience with Banneker, they have a new band director as well. Shout out to Mr. Emmanuel. I forgot his last name. He's a twin. He was the band director at Arabian Mountain.
Really? The one whose brother worked at Carver?
Yes.
He was a Hampton.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a Hampton graduate.
Oh, he's at Banneker now?
Yeah, he's a Banneker now. Is it Shepherd? No, it's not
Oh.
Shepherd. Yeah, he's a Banneker now. And so Banneker has a completely different way of going about things. They're extremely feisty, even though they're like, you know, 20 people, 40 at the most, you know. But they're a really feisty, small group.
Against Stevenson, though?
Hey, I mean, gotta make the best of it, you know.
I guess. Get brained out.
Hey, we have instruments. We're right across from the people we're going against. Let's have at it.
I'm sure that would have been a very interesting sight to see, regardless of their size.
I mean, no, okay, I'm trying to think of a really small band that just made you go up. Miller Grove is the only, and they're not even like as small as they were when they first started. But Miller Grove is the only small high school band that has just made you go, oh my God.
Yeah, their sound is just on some other stuff.
It's ridiculous. So I would like to see the clips if they went against Stevenson in Under the Tunnel or whatever and it went well. I just have to see it first.
Yeah.
That's just some old school Under the Tunnel head to head back when Honda was hot type, just going back and forth head to head.
Or the original Battle of Bands at the Dome.
At the Dome, yeah.
Old days, weren't they?
Oh my gosh, that makes me.
Oh.
Okay, so moving on. Moving on. So those are just a couple of the games that we went to.
I can't see it.
Those are a couple of games we went to, and we will be frequenting some more games. I do believe that's a wrap up for our high school bands. High school bands, if you have anything that you want us to see, hit us up. You can connect with us on Instagram, which is blowing up right now, at Bandroom Nation, all one word. And you can also hit us up on Facebook. Bandroom Nation, or Facebook.com/Bandroom Nation, alright? If you got something awesome that you want us to see, that you want us to talk about on the show, make sure you connect with us. That's the only way we'll see it, because we have jobs here in Atlanta, so we don't do much traveling out to see high school band games or whatnot. But before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to a couple of bands that I've seen some information from who are doing an awesome job in this non-band friendly climate that society has put us in. I want to give a shout out. Isn't that politically correct?
Climate, precipitation, weather. Let's go.
Oh my God. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Shiloh. Their band director is Mr. Barrett Alexander. They're doing an awesome job over there. We played them the other day. Also, shout out to Orlando Jones in Orlando, ironically. They have a new band director as well, and they're still upholding the...
I'm sorry, the school's name Orlando Jones?
Orlando Jones.
Isn't that the actor that was...
That is the actor. And they are located in Orlando.
They have a school named after the drumline band director.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's after him, but it is ironic that they do have the same name.
Wow.
Yeah, and they are located in Orlando. Isn't that weird? But anyway, shouts out to Jones. They have a new band director, and he's doing an awesome job. Also, a shout out to Keenan High School in South Carolina. They're small, but they pack a really big sound. And also Whitehaven. Whitehaven is still putting out sound, and their girls are still completely electric. I don't know how they continue the standard that they have been continuing for this long time.
Since I was in high school,
yes,
I've known about Whitehaven.
Yeah, Whitehaven's been kicking butt. Like, no matter what happens in the band community. I'm sorry for putting my back to you.
Where's Whitehaven?
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
They did come down for Jamboree a while ago. They also came down for Nationals one year. So they're familiar with the Atlanta area, and it'd be awesome to actually have them come down again, at some point in time. Maybe not a Battle of the Bands, but if something else comes along, we're going to definitely give Whitehaven a call. Speaking of events and things like that, Bandroom Nation is excited to present to you all our Vanguard Invitational Showcase, where 9 of some of the most elite bands in the Southeast will meet here in Atlanta and go, well, not head-to-head, but they will showcase their talents on the field. And it's basically an event that honors the culture and all the sacrifice and all the things that we do in the marching band culture. Because a lot of times people say, well, it's about football, blah, 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 blah. But nobody takes the time to recognize all of the civic performances we do, all the last-minute school pep rallies that we have to get called for. My church needs a band. Yeah, we're there. All of that stuff is the stuff that the people don't see. They don't see the hours of practice that we put in for those events. Mm-hmm. So this event is specifically catered to the students and the sacrifice that all the staff and just everybody makes in order for the band to be as successful as it is. So on October 5th, we will be hosting the Vanguard Invitational Showcase at Lakewood Stadium. Come at 1 o'clock for the festival showcase, which will have vendors, shopping, a DJ, bounce houses, moonwalks. Like, we're really doing it big. Like, if you don't know anything about Bandroom Nation, we do it big. And it's at Lakewood.
This is actually happening.
Oh, I can assure you, with us, if we say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You hear me? Facebook.com/Bandroom Nation, and also Bandroom Nation at Instagram, y'all.
If you are a band director and your band is not doing anything, you actually just want to travel and bring them to watch it, just to see. I think it'd be great for exposure. I definitely recommend this for middle school band directors. Have your kids come out and watch. Make it a trip, class trip, whatever.
It's inspiring.
So just, I encourage it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And notice I say invitational showcase because it's not your average Battle of the Bands. We're going to pull some stuff out of a hat that you've never seen before, and it's going to be absolutely entertaining from the second you step foot at the festival tailgate to the second you leave. And I promise you're going to have a good time. It's on me. If not, well, you'll have a good time, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, Jared, anything else on this before we wrap this segment up?
Vanguard come out and support October the 5th, starting at 1 o'clock. See y'all there.
Yep, Lakewood Stadium.
So, we're just going to act like...
We're about to come right back after this brief commercial break.
And I brought my umbrella just in case. It rains.
Oh my God.
Inclement weather.
Oh.
Those type things.
Oh my gosh. We'll be right back with more right here at Band Room Nation.
Halftime is Showtime.
Halftime is Showtime. Holy smokes. She threw me off with that.
Wow.
Gosh. All right,
I'm
bye.
prepared.